Hey guys, welcome back to section 2 of DIY technical design. In this section, we're going to be talking all about technical flats and how to create your very own croquis. So I first created this series with the assumption that you've already designed your garment or accessory. But I wanted to quickly touch on a little bit about design and some tools that you can use to make the design process a little bit easier. So before you get into the technical design phase, you'll have to design your garment first. In order to design your garment, you'll first want to use a mood board that directly represents your brand aesthetic. From your mood board, you can start designing your garments using a croquis. So a croquis is basically just a sketched version of a real-life form or model. And the reason that a croquis is so great to use is because it really cuts down on the amount of time that it takes to design a garment. Instead of having to redraw the form every single time that you are designing a new garment or a version of a garment, you'll just have one set of croquis that you copy over to use again and again and again. There's a few different ways that you can use your croquis. You can either use them as a digital image or PDF and put them on your favorite drawing tablet or in your favorite drawing program like Illustrator or Photoshop, or you can just print them out and draw directly over them. I like to print mine out at a lower opacity level so I can just draw over it and then you don't see the lines after I'm done. Lastly, the most traditional route is to take your croquis that you've created and then trace them onto a new piece of paper every time. To design your croquis, all you need to do is sketch your form onto a piece of paper. From there, you can take it and put it into Photoshop or into Illustrator, or if you'd like, you can directly draw it in the program of your choosing. My favorite tool for learning a little bit more about proportions and the science behind croquis is called 9 Heads. I'll link that book in my blog post if you want to check it out. But basically the premise behind it is that your croquis should be 9 heads tall. So however big your head is on your form, your croquis form, then you just want 9 heads total to make the full body. Traditionally, a croquis is a shorter torso with longer legs. But if you want to be a little bit more creative, you can totally do so. A lot of designers will create their croquis to directly represent their brand aesthetic. As you may know, I already have a full series called Introduction to Technical Flats, and that's going to walk you through everything that you need to know in order to DIY your own technical flats. So I would go ahead and check out that series if you really want to go into the full DIY process. I'll link that in my blog post as well. In order to create your technical flats, you'll need a vector-based program to draw them in. Now you can use any sort of vector-based program that you want, but I definitely recommend to use Adobe Illustrator. If DIYing your technical flat seems like it's going to be a little bit too overwhelming, there are some other options. You can use vector stock or you can use vector templates. With vector stock, you can use a subscription that you already have to places like Adobe Stock or Shutterstock, and you can directly download vector templates of garments that have already been designed. Once you download them, you can put them into your vector program and then edit them to reflect your design. Vector templates are a little bit different. They come in a package of a few basic designs. You can take those designs, mix and match them, and use them to create your own unique piece. I list some of my illustrations on Adobe Stock and Shutterstock if you already have a subscription and want to take advantage of using Technical Flat from my library. I am an Adobe affiliate, so if you want to score some deals on Adobe, you can go ahead and check out my blog post. Of course, you are not obligated to click or purchase anything from the ads on there. It's just a little bit of savings that I wanted to pass your guys' way if you wanted to use them. Your technical flats and your tech pack work together as the blueprint for your design, so it's super important for all of your sketches to be accurate. During the production process, you're going to go through several samples and fittings and stuff like that, so just make sure you're updating your flats as you go. My favorite way to make sure I'm consistently updating my technical sketches is to always have out a printed copy whenever I'm talking about the design or going into fittings. That way I can just write down what needs to change on the sketch, and then I can change it later. By always having that sketch with me and having a consistent running list of all of the things that need to change, I know I'm not going to miss anything. It's really important to keep your flats updated, because if you miss something or you don't update it in the tech pack, then that could cost you a lot of money and heartache going forward through production. Because your flats act as the master of your design, it's really important for them to be accurate up front. So after you're done going through the design process with your croquis, with your design team, or if you're doing it as an individual, make sure that your technical sketches completely reflect your design and all of your technical elements. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. If you have found this helpful, I would love it if you would comment, like, subscribe. I'll leave any of the links I talked about in the description below. And if you want to, you can review me on Google Reviews. I'll also leave that linked below. And if you subscribe on my website, you'll receive discounts for any of the products that I launched during this series. Thank you so much, and have an awesome day, you guys!